Hi there, this is Josh from Literary Gladiators, and today I'm here with a special kind of book haul. This book haul will contain every book that I won during a Goodreads giveaway. I was fortunate enough to have won 10 Goodreads giveaways. I'm trying to say it in the most modest way that I possibly can. I know that Jen from Checker Joy has won a multitude of giveaways on Goodreads. So I'm going to go and show you what I had won, and then I will also give you tips as to what I found as being the method for winning books on Goodreads. The first thing that I got, and is the only one that I have completed thus far, and that is the early stories of Truman Capote. This is the second one that I won, and this explores the stories that Capote wrote during his preteen years up until his early 20s. I reviewed this in a previous video, which I will leave a link down below, but Capote has always caught my interest since watching Infamous, where Toby Jones portrayed him and went over his construction of In Cold Blood and everything that went into that. Truman Capote is quite a fascinating individual. I gave this collection 4 out of 5 stars, and I really feel that this does a great job chronicling a piece of literature's history and one of its fine 20th century American writers, and this was such a big win. Next one I'm going to show you is 3 Summers, The Greatest Game by D.N. Maynard. And what grabbed my attention to this one is just the idea that it explores the intensity that takes place between two friends and the summers that they're interacting with one another, and how this friendship of theirs is put into an intense test. So I'm really looking forward to checking this out. Next one I'm going to show you is The Mighty Currawongs and Other Stories by Brian Doyle. This is a very interesting short story collection, and it seems like the works here take on a very postmodern tone, the way that I've heard Amy Bender's works have taken, and from the summaries that I saw. He also seems to come off like George Saunders, which I did read, The Simple Girl Diaries, and that really, that outside-of-the-box writing really catches my attention, and it seems like this is what this collection has to offer. And you can add Raymond Carver to that particular category of writing outside the box. Next one I'm going to show you is Palindrome by E.Z. Rinsky. And this is actually the first one that I won in the first book that I won in a giveaway, but it wasn't the first one to arrive. And this has to do with Private Eye Frank Lamb and how he is known for finding things, and now he's being put to the test on finding a cassette tape that features a very important confession, and that really grabbed my attention. Next thing that I want to show you is The Goddess of Fortune by Andrew Blencow. This is a short story collection that mixes historical and speculative fiction, which really looks into the major what-ifs in history. Some of the examples, some of the titles in here include Jules Verne's Spaceship, Mr. Horikashi's Confession, Roosevelt's Sacred Magisterium, Admiral Abe's Type 93. And it really digs into speculation regarding these different historical events and statements that have been made. Next thing that I picked, next thing I'm going to show you is Love in the Time of Apartheid by Frederick Hunter. And this is a work of historical fiction that has to do with a man and his relationship with a woman in South Africa, and explores his true identity as an assassin, which I'm really curious to look into this one a little bit more and read it and hopefully enjoy it. Next thing that I'm going to show you is The Power of Meaning, Crafting a Life That Matters by Emily Esfahani Smith. And while I feel that self-help books are not my top genre of choice, there was something about this, the idea of enlightenment, that caught my attention, and I'm really eager to pick up and read. The next one is Blood Fuel by Caleb and Luke Prochnow. And this is a work that features both horror and dystopian elements that caught my attention. And there was also this idea of competition. On the back, it makes mention to the fact that, and also with this book, I got a comic book called Meanwhile, Volume 6, 2016, also from the Ringling College of Art and Design. Next thing I got was a picture book about orchids by Kim Bogren Owen, and the photographs are by Amber Owen, Ron Hanco, and Mike Pearson. And I'm definitely looking to get into this. I think this is, since it's a picture book, and the way that it's modeled, it is definitely aimed for children. But I have a feeling that this is going to be able to attract all audiences. We'll just have to see. And the most recent book that I won in a giveaway is The Dry by Jane Harper, which is a thriller featuring a detective named Aaron Falk, and it puts him in a really intense situation. And I felt that this was a bit promising, despite the fact that I come across so many mass market books about detectives, agents, officers, and all of their doings, and how it turns into this long-winded series. But I'm willing to give this one a go and look forward to seeing what is in store. Here are the books that I've won on Goodreads. If there were any tips I would give with regard to winning more books on Goodreads, I think the major one would be to enter any Goodreads giveaway that piques your interest in the slightest. Granted, for someone like myself, if there's a work of romance or erotica, I'm not going to enter that giveaway. But if there's anything, whether it be genre, topic, anything of that nature that interests me in the slightest, I'll enter. I look through those that have upcoming deadlines. I also look at those that have just started. It's all random, as far as I know, but I know that Jen has told me that her strategy was going for the ones that have multiple winners. Many of the ones that I did win, there were double or even triple digit winners that were up for consideration. I know that with Palindrome, when I entered this giveaway, there were only 3 winners. So most of the others, there were more winners, but you never know. Your chance can always pop up, and for me, I'm really fortunate. And I entered, I would say, somewhere in the 3 figures, a couple hundred Goodreads giveaways. So 10 is quite a nice amount, and I think that if you keep entering everything that interests you, even in the slightest, I think that you will have a pretty nice giveaway collection from Goodreads. Thank you for tuning into this book haul. I hope you take the opportunity to give some giveaways a try on Goodreads. And for now, keep reading.